The scale of the financial crisis facing the county council in Somerset became clearer today as the leader admitted they will be cutting at least 130 jobs and making savings of around £13 million. What's also becoming apparent is that some of the most vulnerable in the community will feel the worst effects. Well, our Somerset correspondent Clinton Rogers has the latest and he joins us now live from County Hall in Taunton. Hello, Clinton. They've been talking about this for a long time, but it does seem very real now tonight.
And a grim reality here at County Hall in Taunton, David. You're absolutely right. Let's look at those figures. You said already 130 jobs to go, and that figure could go even higher. We'd already been told that the council needed to make £13 million of savings. Today's £13 million on top of that. The council's own independent auditors had told them a few weeks ago that unless they did something drastic, they could run out of money altogether, in effect go bust in 2 to 3 years. So this today has been their response. Where then will the savings of £13 million be made? The answer to that is across the board. Citizens advice bureaus here in Taunton and across the county losing something like £500,000 in funding. Staff in the council here at County Hall and elsewhere being told that they'll need to take 2 days of unpaid leave this year and next year. It had already been leaked that Taunton's Park and Ride would be put into mothballs. That confirmed today. And we've also been told that winter gritting next year will be cut from 23 routes down to 16. But it is, as you say, services for the most vulnerable where the biggest savings are being made. Cuts to adult social care and support for those with learning disabilities, £750,000, but bigger cuts even than that for vulnerable children. The proposal is to cut more than £2 million from an organisation, from a service called Get Set. Now that's a service that essentially tries to support children that are vulnerable, to stop them in effect going into social care. We are told that 80 jobs will go from that service alone, even though the council accepts that could be building up problems for the future. Why then are we in this mess? A question I asked of the council leader earlier.
I think what people have to appreciate is that we have lost something like £95 million of funding from the government. We've made £130 million of cuts.
So have other authorities.
We are 40% smaller in real terms than we were 8 years ago.
But what about the other authorities who aren't in the mess that you're in?
Those are, I believe there's a lot of authorities, but unfortunately they're not fronting up to the issues that we are, and they're not trying to find the solutions that we are. Because I think that the demand in services that we've seen, the growth in services, the loss of government funding has put a real pressure on this authority.
Of course, opposition leaders see it completely differently. They say, had the Conservatives not frozen council tax 7 years in a row, this place would have an extra £29 million a year to play with. Everything I've told you so far, proposals today. The decisions will be made at a meeting next week.